It just gives you material. You keep pushing, you keep writing. We turn our pain into happiness.
So, it says we're live on Facebook. Do you see it there?
All right, I'm looking on your page now.
I see it.
I do. Now I see it. I
just want you to know that it could freeze up on us here and there, so we're just going to go with it.
Yeah. Let me share this real quick to my page. At least my mother will be watching, possibly.
Yes. I'm going to do the intro to the show and the intro to you, and then we'll go to you.
All right. Fantastic.
Okay. Facebook. Welcome to Comic Spot. The little old lady is at it again. Yep. Come on in. See my new digs. This is my new extend a stay place where I'm now staying. Love it here. I took some time off, you guys, because turns out my shoulders are disintegrating. I have degenerative arthritis in my shoulders. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know I was going to have anything in common with Ellen DeGeneres. But now I do. And so that's definitely a plus. I'm very close to being a degenerate, but it's more like degenerate. But anyway, I'm working on that joke, and you don't have to laugh. But today, I'm here. You're on Comic Spot. Type in some questions. I'm going to throw up the chat and see who's talking, see who's on here. Probably nobody, but you'll come in over time. I want to read you the intro because today we have somebody. I've tried to have him on here before, and we've had technical, you know how technical. This thing might freeze up on, we never know. This is like comedy and improv, right? And so today, Ryan O'Connor is here. He's that adorable guy over in the other square. He looks like an airline pilot. Yeah, look at him looking so still. He doesn't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to read his intro. The next comedian, as if I've had another one before him today. The next comedian is from Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Woo! And has appeared at Helium Comedy Club and has done shows for Comedy Explosion and currently is working with Fiscal Entertainment. That's going to be my 1 o'clock interview. You can see this man, Ryan O'Connor. He's quite the guy. You can see him next at the Grape Room, like the grapes you eat. He'll be at the Grape Room on October 20th at 7:30 Philly time. The late bloomer of comedy, Ryan Patrick O'Connor. How's that? Oh, I wasn't supposed to read how's that. That was for me.
Yeah.
Welcome to Comic Spot, Ryan Patrick O'Connor. Woo!
Hello, all 4 people watching, which is 4 more people that'll be watching my OnlyFans page. So I appreciate that. So that's cool. How are you today, Linda?
I'm wonderful. What are you drinking?
Water.
Awesome.
Yeah, I decided that, I wanted to start getting in better shape and, going on a diet and stuff like that. And also I really want to start working out. So I started doing some push-ups and decided this morning when I got up, I was going to do as many push-ups as I could until I couldn't do any push-ups. And I did it. Unfortunately, that number was only 3. So what are you going to do?
The best things come in 3s.
Isn't that like bad things come in 3s though?
No.
I don't know.
Well, that too.
I'll say I'm familiar with the bad things coming in 3s. That I can relate to. Good things in 3s is just like good things coming in decades. It's like, oh, that's cool. I mean, for me. So good things coming in 3 sounds interesting. So how's Vegas treating you down there?
So what's been happening in the last little bit of time with you? Anything new going on other than this thing freezing up every 5 seconds?
Listen, it's because you're so beautiful, you just knock out the Wi-Fi. That's what I'm going to say it as. And my mother will be pleased. I'm such a gentleman right now. I've been you know what I mean? Corona kind of took a big chunk out of my life, you know what I mean? My job and all that stuff. So, you know, I've been trying to get the 9 to 5 and just writing. You know, right now I've definitely become a lot more passionate about the writing process, and I decided I want to start working on a television screenplay. I already have the first season storyboarded out, so I'm going to start, and I started working on the pilot this morning. So as corny as that sounds, I'm going to stop for a second because I don't know if we froze again. Oh, there we go. It looks like we're moving again. But yeah, I wrote about 10 pages this morning after a night of no sleep, as us comedians do when we get inspired. We're just like, ah! Yeah, so I've been doing that, and I've been booking the Grape Room. I have this lovely interview going on, and you know, things are going pretty well right now, hanging in there. How about yourself? What's new with you?
Well, what's new with me is that I live in a new place. The extended stay is awesome. I was living at Cockroach Motel for veterans here. Don't ever stay at the Veterans Village. When you move in, the cockroaches greet you and they don't help you move out, turns out.
And they don't even kick in for rent too, those fucking bastards. I mean, that's so
All
rude.
right.
Rude.
Yeah. So I'm glad to have no bugs. And yeah, I'm happy. And I go for walks. And God, it's a good thing I've been walking because I think I put on 20 pounds. And if I wouldn't have walked, it'd probably be more like 50.
Well, just get yourself a man. That's a good way to get some cardio doing. Come on, you're in Vegas. You should be able to get in a little, you know. Come on now.
The internet doesn't like you saying that.
Or maybe that was the internet's cueing you to go and do that. It's like, stop this interview. Ryan is correct.
I'm telling you, men ignore me unless I'm wearing a prom gown and hooker heels. So I'm wearing a prom gown. I'll show you.
Oh, and you're doing all that for me. Wow, that's fantastic. I really appreciate that.
I do this all the time. I have
Oh,
to
so
wear
now I'm not
prom.
special. Way to be like every other woman I've ever met, Linda. Thanks.
Why is your name Ryan Patrick? Ryan Patrick sounds so Kennedy, and then it's O'Connor.
Probably because my parents were like, looked at me when I was born, like, he's probably gonna have substance abuse issues, you know, like this just sounds like a potato fucked up bottle of Jameson. That's just right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess my last name's last because that'd be with my family. You know, we're just Irish Catholics, so all the fun you can imagine of Catholicism and being Irish in a pressure-filled situation with 3 siblings vying for attention. So I'm obviously the least successful, which is why I'm a comedian, baby. That's what I do.
But you're gonna go places in comedy, I can tell.
Oh, I'm definitely starting to get some damn traction.
That's a real good look right there.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting some traction. And things are going well, man. I feel like I'm maturing as, you know, I get older. Like I honestly woke up this morning to a text saying that I was the girl that I was seeing didn't want to see me anymore. And I'm like being really mature about it. But at the same time, I'm also being equally immature in my own mind, like to make it even. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to like realize that. I think we're frozen again. There we go.
She broke up with you by text?
Well, it was one of those things that she needed to think, and it was text, here you go. Again, I'm a text by phone person for like most things, but I thought, you know, a phone call would be polite. But you know what I mean? Like I was getting back to like again, I'm being very mature about it. I'm like, you know what? There was a lot of codependency and unhealthy habits in that. But then I'm also like, yeah, well, she queefed a lot in bed. It sounded like her vagina was beatboxing. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know whether to eat her out or to start freestyling. It was very confusing a lot of the time. We freeze up there again? Okay, I'm just letting you catch up because I can't tell where we're at. A lot of technical difficulties again today, huh?
Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, if it breaks up again, let's go out and I'll come back on a different. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, we're good. We're live.
You talk the whole time. so it quits breaking up, I think.
Okay, so I don't even know what you heard or what you didn't hear. So
Tell me about the breakup.
all right, so it was just one of those things. Like it just didn't work out. But like I said, I feel like I'm really maturing. That I'm getting better about things because I was thinking, there's a lot of codependent behavior in there. But at the same time, I'm being equally immature and being like, yeah, well, her vagina queefed a lot. It sounded like it was beatboxing. So I didn't know whether to eat her out or start freestyling. So that was very confusing a lot of the time. But, like that stuff. So it's like, and she's a great woman and I really care about her. But at the same time, like her neighbor's a bitch and I don't like her either. But, like, yeah, I'm just kidding about that. But like you go through things in life and you laugh about them. And if you don't, you cry. And I'll choose laughter over crying because I'm too much of a crier. I watch Rudy. I cry every time. But you keep pushing on and keep trucking on and use it to write your material. And you use every experience as a learning experience. And as corny as it sounds, every failure is just preparation for success.
I like that. Are you going to do motivational training?
Maybe once my life is somewhat motivational, because it'll be like, hey, would you like to have a mattress on the floor and no car and a terrible credit score? Let me tell you how I did it, guys. Just sit right there. Sit right back. Let me show you how you can be the least favorite kid, even though one of your family members abandoned their child. Let me just show you how I can do that for you. But yeah, I think that, at some point in time, if I get to that level, that I would definitely be able to do that. I think I'd be good at that. I definitely have a voice for public speaking, as my mom would say.
You do. When were you first funny, and when did you first get up on stage, and how did it go?
When was I first funny? I think I was always like, you're growing up, in an Irish Catholic family. Like I had very nice, loving parents, but at the same time, like, Catholic upbringing can be strict, and I was definitely one of those people very early on that like, poking the bear. I enjoy messing with people that way, and so I used to make my siblings laugh. I used to pull horrible pranks. Like one time there was the Jesus Major was put out, and I tipped the sheep over, and I put a little ketchup on its side and put a bloody toothpick in Jesus's hand. That did not go over well. Yes, if you couldn't tell by my name, that was about as close as sucking Satan's dick as I can get. So again, I guess it was always growing up like that was my thing. Is like, my older brother was like the good looking one that was good at everything. My sister was super smart, did anything, and then my little brother, of course, he's the baby, he's the cute one. And then there was Ryan with 18 learning disabilities. And I just got beat up and stuff in the lockers. I found out that if I can make fun of myself or I can make them laugh, they didn't want to beat me up as much or wouldn't be as bad. And so, that whole thing, you get funny. The first time I went up on stage was a little over, actually it was about 2 years and 4 days ago, because I just had my 2 year where I decided I'm moving to the city and I'm doing it. I just got out of a really bad relationship and was really hurt. And I thought of a joke about how, like, something broke my heart. And I went on stage and I told it, and everyone started dying laughing. And right there, for just like the first time in 3 weeks, I wasn't thinking about her. I was thinking about me and what I wanted to do. And I was fucking hooked. Like it was like mainline heroin right into my veins, just controlling that emotion. Plus, it's really hard to elicit laughter out of a whole room. As doing comedy, it's hard to elicit a positive response out of, a human being. Everyone will think, a puppy dying is sad, but making everyone laugh at the same thing, everyone thinking the same thing's funny is hard. And again, I think it was that rawness and that lack of fear that I don't have in my regular life, that on stage, for some reason, I'm fearless and I just talk about whatever. And I just don't give a fuck. I'm like one of the kids in the Apple Jacks commercials. You know what I mean? Like they didn't give a fuck about anything. You know what I mean? The dad was like, it doesn't even taste like apple. They're like, fuck you, dad. We like it. And you're just like, whoa, those kids are tough. They smoke cigarettes behind the playground for sure.
I don't care. Like I'm fearless too. I don't have any fear. That's, I don't have a filter. Do you have a filter?
No, I wish I had more of like emotional filter though when I was dating. That'd be a lot helpful because like maybe day 3 isn't when you should like tell a girl that you have like emotional trauma and molestation issues. You know, maybe save that to like the 3-month anniversary. I'm not sure, Linda. You're a woman, you probably know better, but maybe not the 3rd date. That's my problem. Is I get emotionally attached to women too quickly, which is why I could never be a prostitute. Like I'd be done with her and I'd be like, so do you want to start like looking at apartments together and get some brunch? Adopt a puppy? What are you feeling? You know what I mean? Like I said, I wish again, I'm terrible when it comes to that because honestly, you know, again, we all have trauma deep down. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit, you know, I have anxiety, depression. I'm on the autism spectrum. Even though I don't look like it, I have ADHD. And again, I think that kind of, in a weird way, is what helps me be able to be that fearless on stage. But definitely my real life, it's a hindrance, which is why comedy is, I joke around that comedy is my new church, but it really is. And not being able to do open mics really kind of kills that for you. So, it was a rough few months, but now I'm back and, I was really depressed for a few months, but as us writers and comedians call it, material. And now I'm doing great. I'm working out. I'm eating oatmeal for breakfast, and I hate myself because I miss bacon.
I just had oatmeal.
It's
I just had oatmeal.
Like it doesn't even have the dinosaur eggs in it or anything.
Rose up again.
I think we're back again. Yeah. I'll wait for a second. Yeah, but like I like oatmeal, but it doesn't even have like the dinosaur eggs in it, like when you're a kid.
It says that the internet's unstable.
Oh, so just like me emotionally, fantastic.
Exactly. How'd you get so cute?
Lucky genetics. Honestly, this dimple, that's why I always sit on the right of the lady of a date. I know my good side. I know my feature. I mean, I don't have an ass. I have a thack that goes back to thigh. It looks like 2 McDoubles, but with an asshole in between. Like, I need to do some squats, babe. Like, for sure. Like, I could actually use the donation to the Rhino Connor Needs an Ass Foundation. So I'll put my my Snapchat and my my Venmo link on the bottom so you guys can help me out with my butt implants. Because let's face it, that's what's really keep me from getting a woman and just looking great in a pair of jeans. It has nothing to do with unresolved issues and abandonment things. Nothing like that at all.
Great. This is great material.
Yeah, like I said, like we turn our pain into comedy. But like on a serious note, though, like a lot of it too is like I'm able to do that in a healthy way now because I'm starting therapy and I'm doing things that eating healthier and doing better. And we have to normalize mental illness, and that's why a lot of my jokes come from mental illness and insecurities because I want everyone to be able to talk about how they don't think they have a big enough dick or they fuck up in bed or whatever it is that they do. That they mess up all the time. Their parents are embarrassed about them. Whatever you feel, like that's temporary, and there's ways to get it out. And we need to start telling people, especially with men, that it's okay to cry, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to have issues, it's okay to go to therapy, and it's okay to get help. And we need to teach people that don't have those issues not to belittle people just because they don't understand. You know what I mean? Like it's already like bad enough being a comedian because people are like, oh, you're doing a show, how much are you getting paid? You're like, no, like I go just for the opportunity to like perform. Like, no, I get that, but like, how much do you get paid? And you're like, no, I do it for free. And you're like, oh, so you didn't like book a show? You're like doing an open mic. I'm like, no, but it's like a show. Like, it's hard enough explaining that to people, and you really gotta just kind of push through those times. And like getting back to it, just if you guys feel lost, just reach out to somebody. Like, talk to anybody. Amen. I don't care who it is. Reach out to me. Fuck it. Just don't send me dick pics. I mean, we'll call it even. I mean, that's just my rule. No dick pics, no therapy. That's just how it works.
The thing that bothers me about mental illness of any kind or depression, any symptoms, is that there's a stigma. So
yes.
we all know people that should go get counseling who won't because they're afraid that of the stigma, lose their job, afraid that people will think they're nuts, and they're not getting help. And it's us people that go and get help that are the normal ones.
Yeah, and I mean, and I've been on the I've been on the flip side of that coin, where like I thought that, hey, listen, I can just, maybe as long as I just, learn I practice concentrated breathing exercises and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Like, what I mean? I have anxiety, I have horrible anxiety. And then sometimes people think like I'm getting angry, but really it's just like, I'm so tense. Like my face looks like I'm getting angry. And I just shut down. I mean, hell, that even happened to me recently. Probably one of the major contributing factors to my love life not being successful is that. I mean, used to be the point that I would scream and yell, but I've gotten to the point now that I don't do that. But like I always just thought, oh, I could just do it on my own. I can just deal it and just. It's basically like driving a car with your check engine light, your low oil, and all your alarms on your car going. Like, yeah, you might get a few miles, but eventually you're gonna break down. So take it to the shop, get that shit fixed. And I wholeheartly believe that when your head's better, your body feels a lot better. Like, I mean, when I I was sad the other day, but I was like, I went online, I talked to a therapist, and I worked through some issues and the reason why I felt those pains. And I went for a jog and I did laundry. I washed and folded all my laundry in one day, which for a 33-year-old male, it's pretty impressive. Like, all in one day. And it wasn't just like a load or two. It was like quarantine's worth of clothes. Like, I'm not even joking about that. Like, I might have done laundry once since we've gone into quarantine because I have a lot of sweatpants and hoodies. I'm sorry, what was that?
I've thrown out more clothes during quarantine because I didn't even trust that I could get them clean enough. Like, why do I want to put my clothes in a washing machine where other people put their funky clothes?
Yeah, I guess that'd be weird. But at the same time, like I was always more worried about the people that would like try to steal my load because they were like broke or something, and then like you put your load in, you walk out, and you come back, your stuff's on the top, like not even done, and their shit's in there. So the last time that happened, I might
Do
have
you
emptied a whole
find
container of
doing the
bleach.
laundry to be agitating?
Not so much the washing and drying, but the folding very much so. The folding, that's one of those random things that gives me anxiety for no reason. Putting my change back in my wallet at a grocery store. I'll just wait for it to unfreeze again.
So are we
All right,
having
we're
fun
unfrozen
yet?
again. I hope so. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's just I think the problem with mental health is like you're such a stigma behind it that you feel like you're less of a man. Again, like I can't speak from a woman's perspective. Like I can only imagine things, but just from a man's perspective, like that you're not supposed to cry, and you're not supposed to feel, and I mean, part of those things too is just like you think, okay, I'm good now. I'm not crying every day. I'm doing this, but like, and that's a lot what this screenplay and this television show that I'm watching and that I'm really working on is about. Because I'm just tired of like everyone like they go to a movie is like, oh, I saw a therapist 3 times. I'm healed and I'm ready to be in love. Like, fuck that. That is bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to slowly find out that hopeless romanticism is just a really cute way of saying that you have, attachment issues and that you're needy. And, again, you don't get fixed overnight. And that's what I want it kind of to be like the arc of it is, again. And the other thing, too, is I've never seen in a comedy show is how you come up with a joke. How, again, you get dumped, how that process of you crying and doing whatever or going for a walk, listening to a song, and then that joke comes through and you get through and you go on stage and that cathartic it is for you. I want it to be about not just about the jokes, not just about the mental health, but I want it to be about how they influence one another. And that for me is really the most important part about it. And that's what I really want to do. And it's one of those things like, when you're younger, like you were like, oh, I can do anything. But as an adult, you're told like, all right, you got to be practical and you got to do this. And And right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel like being practical in that sense. Like I'm definitely gonna get a 9-to-5 job because daddy needs medical insurance because therapists are expensive. And like we've established earlier, not a lot of people are subscribing to my butthole and OnlyFans. So maybe shaving it would help. God, no one would want to see that.
What's the return policy on butt plugs lately?
I don't know. I'm not much of a butt stuff guy, but I got to be honest with you. I don't like butt stuff. However, like that's how I knew I really liked this last girl because like without asking, I like just started tongue punching her thought box like Mike Tyson does a speed bag. Like and I enjoyed it too. I was like, oh, this is like intimate, but really I'm like licking her butthole after cooking her scallops wrapped in bacon. Maybe not a safe bet. A little dicey.
What's your favorite topic to talk about on stage, Ryan?
Honestly, just like how weird I am. Like I like just talking about like random ass shit. Like the other night I was on stage and I was like, I got an idea, and it was literally because I smoked a bowl and I literally was just like, you know what, it'd be funny, a masturbation sperm donation clinic that only plays Michael Jackson's "Beat It" on loop. You know what I mean? Like, just like I think of weird things and you try them out again. Like sometimes, and that's how you find out. Like, okay, was that just me being stupid and thinking that's funny, or was that something that's actually funny? Am I actually captivating the audience? Am I actually gripping them? Am I really pulling them in? But you know, you just again, I found out very quickly when I first started that I was trying to like be funny. I was trying to be John Mulaney and say my jokes like this, and that's not how I talk. That's how John Mulaney talks. Like you can't do that. You gotta be you. And I'm loud. I move around a lot. I move my hands way too much. Like I just did maybe a sentence in sign language. I don't know. But sorry. I'm like I said, I go on tangents and I just think of these things, and that's why I like talking about it on stage. I like, and at the same time, I really like talking about my insecurities on stage because again, the stage is where I'm fearless. In a way, it's my mental health therapy. In a way, it's a passion that I have. And doing so well has really just ignited something in me, a motivation in me that I haven't had in a long time. And I'm really feeling good about where I'm heading. So I'm very excited about that.
So you said that you wouldn't mind doing motivational training and you're so pro getting help for psychological issues. So what's some legacy that you want to leave on the earth when you get old enough to die?
I don't know. The way I treated my body in the 20s might not be that long. Yeah, I'm looking at like 45 would be nice. So I think I got 12 good years left. Honestly, like looking back on it, I mean, I would like to know that I truly inspired people to love unafraid. That again, you can go and get help, and just because you have mental illnesses or addictions or things like that, that you're not broken, you're not unlovable, and there is hope, and that with a little bit of work and a lot of tears, you can fucking get there. So I guess that would be it. Also, it'd really be sweet if like we ever go back to normalcy, if kids could get a day off of school for me, because that'd be the shit. Like, oh fuck, it's Ryan's day. I get to stay home today and watch Jeopardy. I mean, that'd be cool. Or whatever kids are watching. I'm old.
So what's something you've not yet done in comedy that you have to do?
What do you like? A style of comedy or
Anything.
Well, honestly, I really want to start moving it. Like, I like improv and stuff like that, so I wish I could do more of that. Just, again, I was starting to look at classes of that. Like, I actually, like, put a deposit down on a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class, too, which is not a great close contact sport for a coronavirus. But I want, for comedy, I want to do, a lot more work in the script department. I want, again, I really want to focus on the scripts, and then I'm doing the comedies like my day to day. But my real passion right now is the writing. I want to get back into acting too, because I'm not awful looking. If I lose 15 pounds, I'd be unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little doughy. So it's like I'm built for comfort right now, but 15 pounds later, I'll be built for speed. You know what I mean? That's what we'll do it.
You have a dimple. That's adorable.
Oh, I only have one. Like I said, that's what gets them pussies wet. What can I say? It's true. Once the
What's your
dip,
when you're at a bar or a party? What's your favorite pickup line that always kills?
I don't use pickup lines. Like in things, I say them more to girls like after I've already been seeing them. Or like we're like past that thing. Honestly, usually
This is the
I
good
just
part. We can't lose the internet.
I'll freeze for a second. All right, we're unfrozen here. All right, jeez. I mean, the all six people that are watching are going to the same thing. Oh, someone wrote, I was going to ask the same question. How did he get so cute and he's funny? Oh, wow, that's lovely.
Who
That's a
said that?
nice. Carol Fields.
Oh, she's adorable. She goes to Steve Marshall's Don't Behave, and Steve Marshall walking in. You got to follow Steve Marshall. He's fabulous.
Yeah, definitely. I need to do that. Well, Carol, thank you for the compliment. How did I get this cute? Lucky in the genetic pool. And my parents didn't give me too much sugar. I don't know, but I guess I'm lucky at that. I feel like I've definitely gotten more attractive as I've gotten older, aging like a fine wine. Ugh.
So
Ugh.
we're about to the end of the interview, and you
Oh,
can say anything you want, anything I didn't cover.
I mean, I think I said everything. Again, I'll just take the time again to promote myself a little bit, toot my own horn, that kind of shit. I'll be appearing at the Grape Room on the 20th at 7:30. Doing a brand new set of material, some kind of a mixed thing. I think this might be one of my best 5 minutes I've ever written. I'm working with Fiscal Entertainment. We have a show on 11/27 Black Friday. I'll be the only white guy performing there, so I'll be easy to find. And again, if you're having mental health issues, problems, anything going on in your life, I mean, forgive yourself for fucking up. I think that's one of my biggest things that I've struggled with, and to this day I do, and I'm starting to do again with everything ending and stuff like that. Like I'm really forgiving myself for things that I did wrong, and maybe not always putting the blame on yourself. Just forgive yourself and get some help. Try just to be a little bit better. Quote that I really really like is nobility isn't being better than your fellow man. True nobility is being better than your former self, which is Oscar Wilde, which is something that I hold on to. So I just try to wake up and just be a little bit better every day. And plus, since I set the bar so low, it's really not that hard. I'm just constantly just doing just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Who do people say you look like?
I get Jim Carrey because I'm super animated.
That's what I was gonna say.
I get that. Alrighty then, I'll do what the people know.
Oh man, I made it freeze up.
I think it was my head motions. It was my Jim Carrey head motions. Like, do you know the dolphin doesn't call you at night? Yeah, I did a lot of that growing up. That's one of my jokes. Is I look like Jim Carrey fucked a gallon of whole milk. I'm borderline albino, so my idea of safe sex is giving a condom myself and sunglasses to her so she doesn't go blind. Got to be respectful of the retinas.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for taking out your time for me.
Thank you for coming on, being fabulous. I had to let you talk most of the time or else it freezes up more. It doesn't like me.
Poor everyone that had to listen to me talk. I'm sorry, everyone out there that had to listen to me too much. I can help you again. Get the mental health therapy you need. You had to listen to me talk for like 30 straight minutes. I'm very sorry.
You know what was fabulous about this interview, Ryan Patrick O'Connor?
What is that? I feel like I'm in trouble a little bit when I hear it sometimes from a woman's voice because I'm just like, Mom, I cleaned my room.
The best part of this interview for me was flirting with a young guy that looks like a pilot, and I feel like I'm making a pilot be a distracted driver.
Oh, you can come in my cockpit anytime. See, I gave you the dimple wink. I told you you're a little wet right now. It works. It works. Like Niagara Falls. Whoosh.
You know what's really weird and also a little bit upsetting is that everybody flirts with me on here. And then I'll say, thank you for the interview. And they go,
Well, you're gonna find. Listen, I think we've already established that I have emotional issues with attachments, so I'll probably be like hitting you up to like grab dinner sometime. Like, I just moved to Vegas, and you're just like, whoa there, buddy.
And then if anybody does try to hit on me afterwards, I go running under the bed and hide.
What are you, a cat?
I think so. Well, that's enough for me. I think I'll call my counselor now. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, please do. Anyone that needs to, call your counselor and check out my Facebook page, my Instagram, Ryan-O. My name's Ryan Patrick O'Connor. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
So your Facebook and Instagram is Ryan O'Connor.
Yes, that's correct. And then Rhino1897 for my comedian Instagram and my Snapchat. So hit me up on there if you got questions, comments, concerns, or want to work.
Will you type those things to me so that I get those on there?
Sure, you got it.
Thank you. You're awesome. Thanks.
My pleasure.
You can come back once a month and plug something for 5-7 minutes.
Sounds
It's
good
not
to me.
anybody's butt.
They got to take me to dinner first. I'm a classy gal, all right?
There we go.
At least a steak dinner.
Yes, at least. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you. Have a great day. All right.
Thank you. Thanks
Bye-bye.
a lot for sending your agent, your booker, your promoter.
Yeah, sure. And I'll enjoy that interview. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.